Happy Sunday, and today I'm going to be discussing the Polkadot Markets in the video as I usually do on Sundays. And we're going to start off with GLMR, then we'll talk about NEER, MOVR, RMRK, KMA, KSM, DOT, and AUSD. I do have something interesting to say about AUSD because things should have happened and it didn't happen. So we'll talk about that as well. I'm not going to do like real TA or anything. I'm not going to look at all the indicators, but I am going to do some basic TA and then I'll talk about the fundamentals as always. So let's kick things off here with GLMR. As you can see, it's holding okay at just under 50 cents. This is the 200-day moving average, which is the most important moving average in crypto and in trading in general, right? Because based off this, we know that we're in a bullish trend or we're in a bearish trend. And so right now, GLMR is keeping above this indicator. So that means that we are still in that bullish trend in the sense that we're not pulling back yet. So it is moving sideways, but it is moving upwards as well. So it's kind of a sideways that's going upwards, as you can see here, as we're putting in a new higher low, a new higher low, a new higher low once again. Okay, so I'm expecting a bit of a pullback once we get the next pop here. I'm expecting the next pop to be about 53 to 54 cents, maybe even higher before the next pullback, which I'm expecting it to be around 48 cents because the last one just touched this moving average here at 46 cents. So definitely expecting this one to be a bit higher as the moving average will continue to go up as well. We'll probably hit it around here around 48 cents or so. So I'm expecting another pop to the upside here for GLMR. But again, this is peanuts compared to what it used to be, as you know, but this is all we can talk about in the bear market. I mean, you have to be happy with small percentage swings like these because this is the best you're going to see in a bear market, unless there's some major catalyst that will cause the price to go up higher. Let's talk about NEER here. So NEER is still on the uptrend. It is holding okay. It is just about touching the 200-day moving average here. As you can see, if we zoom in here on the 1-hour chart, we're just about touching it now, and I'm expecting another bounce here before the continuing of the uptrend. Now, we could very well go down as well. There's that risk, of course, as always. But if we are to go down, we are going to touch 47 cents, and then the next line here around 41 cents, which let's hope we don't see anytime soon. And so I am expecting another pop here to maybe 60 cents, maybe a bit higher. Because this month we are due to get the news about the metaverse land. So once we get that land and people are going to start building, there will be some FOMO buying, I think, for NEER, because people will want to generate bid to start building, as I've said in previous videos. So I'm expecting the uptrend to continue. As you can see, we are still in the uptrend here. We are in the accumulation zone. We are riding this 200-day moving average so nicely. And I'm really happy to see that, because the last time when we were riding it here, we bounced right off it here and we put in a higher high compared to the previous low that we had here, the previous high that we had here, I should say. So yeah, we're doing really well in terms of that. Again, compared to the overall price where it started, we're still way below, right? It went like 85, 88 cents when it started. It didn't last very long. It crashed right down. So now, considering that we dropped to like 20 cents or below, I mean, we are doing quite okay, right? Considering the conditions. So yeah, definitely a good time now to see this go even higher. Of course, it's all BTC dependent at the end of the day. As long as BTC holds around the 20K region, doesn't drop like a stone to 14K as some professional traders are suggesting, then we should be in a good position to see more accumulation as people are constantly buying these alts, which will have value and we'll see the price go up eventually, right? MOVR had another nice pop. So even though there's no new development on MOVR, except for the team just deploying changes that are eventually going to go to Moonbeam, Moonriver is getting these pops in terms of price, and I'm not sure why, but it's continuing to do so. I mean, we've had these pops every once in a while. I mean, we had quite a few of them, but this was definitely a big one here that took us to over 13 bucks here, considering that we were at 10.35. So for a trading opportunity, I should say for a flipping opportunity, because you can't really trade this, as there's just not enough liquidity. Let's say if you have a bigger amount, again, it depends on the amount, but there's not enough liquidity for larger amounts of money that you may be flipping. If you are to place a stop loss in case the price goes south and you get liquidated basically, and you end up holding a bag, then I mean, flipping is probably the best here, but you need to have preset orders. Okay, not financial advice, but you need to have preset orders if you want to flip this. Now, because we had this flip here, I'm not expecting the next one to happen for another while. I'm expecting us to maybe trade sideways for a while here, and then we will get another one of these. Probably towards the end of October or early November is when I'm expecting the next one to happen, because we seem to be getting 1 to 2 per month. So yeah, we can definitely expect more, but the question is, where is the bottom, right? Because if Bitcoin goes to 14K and MOVR is going to go to like $6, then even if we get another week to like $8 or $9, it's not going to be a big difference if you got in around 1090 right now, right? I'm just giving you an example. So you gotta play this right, and it's almost impossible to nail this right? You're always going to get bitten eventually, but if you're patient and you don't go crazy, I mean, you could do well here just by playing these flips. So yeah, it's nice to see that we went to 13, dumped like a stone, of course, because people are just constantly selling, waiting for this. And so yeah, I think we're going to be sideways now around the $10 to $11 range for a while before the next pop to over 12, and we'll see how things go. This is of course assuming Bitcoin's not going to do anything crazy. Looking at RMRK here, 243 at the moment. It is holding quite okay around this price. Now, we've been accumulating around this price since that dump to 227. We first had this massive sell-off here. Somebody just wanted to get out here. From $3, we dropped all the way down to 220. So that was a very nasty drop there for RMRK, and I'm sure it hurt the holders a lot. Everyone felt it. But again, if you're in it for the long haul, when Skybreach is going to launch, I think we're all going to be in a good position. We're going to be fine. But for now, all we can do is just stomach this and just wait this out, right? That's all we can do. Put our faith in the team, wait for them to develop, wait for them to launch chunky quests, then wait for them to launch Skybreach, and then we'll have to see how things go. But I mean, it is tougher on us now because we've been accumulating for so long around the $3 range. This has turned into a massive resistance area now, so we're going to really struggle to break this $3 range. Now look at this. I mean, we've got resistance here, we've got resistance here, we've got resistance here, so it's going to be very hard for us to break $3. But it all depends on when they're going to announce chunky quests, when they're going to announce RMRK staking, because you're going to get that trigger, and that trigger is going to change the trend eventually. So for now, I'm expecting more sideways movement with a potential dip if Bitcoin dumps, of course. KMA has been pumping really nicely, and this is of course because of the staking announcement. If you didn't already know, you can stake, and the APY is awesome right now, still awesome. It's like 180% on average, so really good APY, considering that most of these parachains are offering you between 15 and 30% APY. So this one is really good. Again, they may compete with Turing Network, who are also around 250% APY. So that's another really good one, but KMA is offering a really good APY. Now the pump is in, right? I don't know if we're going to go higher. We could be. As long as this APY remains the same, I'm expecting more buying pressure here, and I'm expecting the APY to drop, simply because people see these kind of opportunities in the bear market and they think, well, this is great for passive income. Why not earn some passive income? And so that's why we're seeing these buying pressures here, as people are buying to stake and generate those dividends. And so yeah, really good, considering we are down to like 0.0017, and we just broke out of that bearish trend. As you can see here, we managed to break above this area too, but we didn't manage to break this resistance. So we had this resistance form here because of this pump, which took it to almost half a cent. We had this pump here, and we have resistance around this area. So you see, just below this area here, we've got resistance. Okay, so that's the one we're trying to break right now. If we can break that, then we're off to the races once again, and we can expect higher prices. But I mean, are we going to get half a cent again for Calamari? It is very possible, right? If this continues, if we're going to see more upward momentum here. But we don't know for sure, right? It's always a gamble, and you got to keep that in mind. There could also be more selling pressure eventually, as people are getting staking rewards and selling those staking rewards. But the good thing is that, just like GLMR, you do need to wait 7 days before you get your KMA out of accalators if you're staking. Let's look at Kusama. Kusama is just holding okay-ish here, 42.93 at the moment. Not great, right? It's holding okay in the sense that since that dump that we had to 38, I mean, it is accumulating now. It wants to go back up, but it will face resistance around $44 here. We've got plenty of resistance. Then the next level around 55. Are we going to see 55 again? Yeah, sure. Eventually we will, of course. but the question is, will we see it this year? I'm not so sure about that, because last year and the year before, when we got to the end of November, we had massive dumps. And so, I mean, last year at the end of November is when the bear market officially triggered. So had you known that we're going to see a dump before Christmas and it would happen in November, then of course you could have sold everything. But because you didn't know that, right? You didn't. So you probably got caught. And so I'm expecting that we could be seeing the same this year. There's no telling for sure, but we could be seeing the same this year just before the Christmas period. Another dump in November. So I am a bit concerned about that. I mean, we didn't think we're going to see Kusama drop to 38 again, right? Considering it was doing okay. It stuck around this area of $60 for quite some time, and everyone was hyped up. Everyone was happy. We're like, we're going to accumulate here and then eventually go higher again. But look, I mean, it surprised us, and there's no telling how much lower we could go. Let's look at DOT here. So we've got DOT 640. It is holding okay around this area because this is a major support area. Now keep in mind that DOT is going to have more value very soon, because the Parity Technologies team have announced that they're going to launch the common good parachains. And so once they launch the common good parachains, they will be creating more utility for the DOT coin. And so you could see there why there's going to be an incentive for people to buy DOT, right? Aside from the lockups in the parachain auctions, although right now there's not much auction in those parachain auctions. I'm not too hyped up about what's out there right now. I am expecting better parachains to launch. I'm expecting more interesting crowd loans, but they're going to take time. It's not going to be as hyped up as it was in 2021 when we had parachain after parachain after parachain, right? This time it's going to be slower. It's not going to get the same hype. So you got to keep that in mind, that the odd gem is going to pop out, but it could be months before you see a really good one, right? And which may actually bring you decent rewards. So yeah, just keep that in mind when it comes to these crowd loans, right? So yeah, definitely a good price here, 640. You can't go wrong with this. Can we go to $3? Of course we can, right? There's no telling, but in the long run, I mean, to me, 640 is still a decent enough price, because we will definitely see DOT, even if it's not going to retest the all-time high, the previous all-time high, because there's a lot more in circulation, and there's going to be a lot more in circulation by the time the next bull run comes, if it comes in 2024, as people suggest, maybe 6 months post Bitcoin halving. Then we could expect it to get to at least $30, maybe 35, maybe even $40, because there's going to be bigger supply in circulation. But it all depends what's going to drive the next bull market, right? If it's going to be something that's like a major catalyst, we could even see DOT at over $100 easily, right? Even if it seems unlikely now, it could happen. There's no telling, right? It all depends on the catalyst. Crypto is very unpredictable. And let's close it off with AUSD. Now, this is the interesting one that I want to talk about, because we were supposed to get the repegging. The team have announced that Acala's operations are back to normal, right? Everything is fine. You can trade. You can use their DeFi platform. But why isn't the repegging done? And AUSD still has the ST label, which we can't unfortunately see in this on the website. We can see it in the mobile app. If you go to the mobile app, I think you can see it on the website as well. But you need to. There we go. You can see it. See, look here, ST. See, the corresponding trading pair has met the criteria for special treatment. A KuCoin observation mechanism has been applied to monitor the performance and will be considering as delisting project during this period. And what's funny is I believe ACA also has it. ACA also has it, which is, there we go. See, ACA USDT. This is actually scary considering that ACA has this, but again, they are on Binance as well. So I'm not too worried if they were to get listed off KuCoin, but it will hurt them in the sense of AUSD, their stablecoin, because it is on KuCoin. So as you can see here, people are concerned. They've dumped it to 64 cents, 64.24 on the 24-hour low. And the high was 79 cents. So I'm not sure what's happening here. I guess people are losing trust with the repegging, simply because the team has gone quiet once again since the 5th of October when we had the last tweet. And so we'll have to see how things go here, because if they don't repeg as they promised, I mean, you could see this go to the floor easily, right? And it just shows you, because everything till now was speculation that everything is going to be fine, and yet we're still seeing people dump this. And yeah, it just shows you there are still a lot of people that have been buying, speculating that the price is going to repeg and they're going to make an easy gain. And I did think it's going to be an easy gain. I still think things are going to be okay personally. But I am a bit worried, I won't lie to you. I am a bit concerned because they have been quiet since the 5th of October. It's been 4 days. We'll have to see if they have anything to say on Monday, any kind of announcement. And if they do, what will it be? Will it be an announcement about the repegging? I mean, as it stands right now, this is a pure gamble. Anybody buying in right now is gambling that they're going to make 27% gain at the current price easily, assuming that they fully trust the team. You got to fully trust the team. If you don't, then obviously things are not going to be good for you, right? If you fully trust the team, then it's okay, because you can sleep on this. You could say, okay, I'm taking this risk. I believe the team are going to repeg this. I believe we're going to be okay. I don't think KuCoin are going to delist it, and then everything's going to be fine. But considering the lack of communication since the 5th of October, I know we had a break in the past where nobody communicated from the Acala team, but then all of a sudden we got a major update, and so I'm expecting something similar to happen. But you also have to keep in mind that they have let go of a lot of their staff as well, so there's also that risk as well. We don't know exactly what's going on. Only the people working at Acala know. So that's the situation. That's been it from today's video. Thank you for watching. Let me know in the comments below, what do you think? Are you concerned about AUSD's future? Do you think it's going to get delisted of KuCoin? That's the most important question that I want to know the answer to from your side. Let me know. See you in the next video. Take care. Bye bye.